Hi guys, it's Matthew here. Welcome back to another video on my channel today. Today in this episode, guys, I am going to be giving you guys my top 10 Star Wars characters that I think are the most underrated Star Wars characters, as a matter of fact. So yes, these are Star Wars characters that I do think are underrated. Not a lot of people talk about, and ones that are very underutilized, as a matter of fact. And I wanted to do this because there's a couple of Star Wars characters um, in um, in the movies, as a matter of fact. That there's a couple of Star Wars characters that I think are underrated in the Star Wars movies, and there's there's more Star Wars characters that I actually think are good characters that are also in the shows, as a matter of fact. So yeah, these are just the characters I think are underrated. Let me know down in the comment section, what do you guys think is the most underrated Star Wars character, as a matter of fact. And be sure you hit that red subscribe button, but most importantly, make sure you press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And if you guys are new to the channel, I do more than just movies and physical media related content. I also do Lego related stuff, and I play video games. I do all sorts of stuff like that here on the channel. So if you guys like to watch anything like that on YouTube and want to show your love and support, be sure to go check out my channel, because there will definitely be something in there for you to enjoy, as a matter of fact. But with that said though, guys, enjoy the video. Let's get started. As a matter of fact. So, starting off this list, at number 10, as a matter of fact, this is actually a Sith, from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and at number 10, I have, the Grand Inquisitor. So, yes, I really do think this character is very underrated, because I think his design for a bad guy is really well developed and is really cool for like a Sith Lord kind of character, as a matter of fact. And he's made two other appearances before he was in the Kenobi show, because he was in the Clone Wars show a little bit, and then he also had a big part in the Rebels show, but then he made but the biggest appearance that he had was in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. And I feel like every time that this character has appeared on screen and in Star Wars, he doesn't get enough credit, like he should, as a matter of fact. And I just think he doesn't get appreciated enough, and people don't talk about him enough, and I feel like he doesn't really get a lot of credit, as a matter of fact. Same thing with my number 9 pick, as a matter of fact. My number 9 pick is the other guy from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. It's not Darth Vader. It is the other guy, which is the fifth brother. So now this is another case scenario of a Sith. Like I think his design is really cool looking. It fits really well for a Sith, as a matter of fact. And I do like him as a character, and he is a very tough character, as well. And like I said, I like his character design, and I really do like this character a lot. And they both have really cool double-sided lightsabers, like they can spin around. As a matter of fact, that's what I like about that's what I like about their lightsabers. As a matter of fact, and yes, I do think both of these characters are really cool, and they're very underrated, and they're very underappreciated characters as well. As a matter of fact. But but at number 8 now, I have to give it to Shin Hati, the blonde, short-haired female from the Ahsoka show. As a matter of fact, so yeah, she is another underrated villain in my opinion. Like I think she's a really cool villain and a very cool Sith as well. I know a lot of these characters we don't know anything about like their history. We don't know anything about like their history or anything like that. But I feel like their introduction into these shows are I really like them as a character, and I really like their whole concept to their character, and I just think their character designs are really cool. And Shin Hati is definitely just like the Grand Inquisitor and the Fifth Brother, in my opinion. Like she's just an underrated character. Like every time she appears on screen, nobody really talks about her. She doesn't get enough credit or anything like that. And yes, I just think she needs a little bit more credit. The same case scenario is with my number 7 pick, which is Shin Hati's partner, which is Balin. So now he is the other Sith, the guy with the goatee and in black. He works with Shin Hati, as a matter of fact, and she, yeah, he's another one, just like the previous entries. Like I think all 4 of these characters are underappreciated. They're underrated. Nobody ever talks about them. But in my personal opinion, I've liked what I've seen of them so far, and they're just really good villains, and they're really good characters as well. And yeah, I really do like all 4 of these characters a whole ton, as a matter of fact. At number 6, I have Fennec Shan. So now she's on this list because I really do think she is a little underrated. I don't think she's underrated for the exact same reasons as the last 4 I talked about. But I like her. I like her as a character, and she's made a lot of appearances. Like she had a small appearance in the Bad Batch, but her character is mainly known for being one of the side characters in The Mandalorian, and Boba Fett's sidekick in the Book of Boba Fett, as a matter of fact. And I really do think in the recent out of all the recent side characters that we have been introduced to in the Star Wars universe, I think Fennec Shan is by far one of the best side characters we have gotten. And with her, I really do think she is a good bounty hunter. She's real. She does a she has a she shoots very well, and she makes a lot of nice shots as well. She's just a good character, in my mind, and yeah, I feel like if we were talking about who's the most underrated character from The Mandalorian or the Book of Boba Fett, I feel like that award has to go to Fennec Shan because she's a great character and hardly nobody ever talks about her. And I really do think she is a really good character as well, and I'm hoping that we'll see her again at some point. As a matter of fact, I hope she returns in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie that we're getting in 2026. Up next at number 5, I have Cad Bane. So now, yeah, he he is another one that nobody hardly ever talks about. He's made several appearances. He's made several appearances. He's most known for being in the Clone Wars. He was in the Bad Batch a little bit, and he even returned in the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. And he is a very underappreciated character, and he's another one of the he's another one of the Star Wars bounty hunters that just doesn't get appreciated like he should, because he's just like Fennec Shan. He's a great shot. He's good at being a bounty hunter, and he's just another really good character that deserves a spot on this list, and he deserves more credit than what he gets, because I really do think he is a great character, as a matter of fact. And basically, I hope we see him. I hope we see him in another Star Wars project that we have upcoming, because I would like to see more of this character. As a matter of fact, at number 4, I have to give it to Sisay Tin, or Spice Tin, however you say his name, the guy with the horns going down on the side of his head, as a matter of fact. So now, there's a lot of Jedis that are seen in the background of the prequel trilogy, but then we learn more about them in the animated show, which is Star Wars: The Clone Wars, as a matter of fact. And I know what you guys are thinking. Maybe that should go either to Fisto, Plo Koon, or Aayla Secura, as a matter of fact. But no, in my personal opinion, I think that the award for the most underrated Jedi and underappreciated Jedi has to go to Sisay Tin, because he's another character, because I feel like every time somebody talks about a Jedi from the Clone Wars, he's the one that gets talked about the least. And as I was watching the Clone Wars for my first time when I was younger, after watching Revenge of the Sith and the prequel trilogy, there was some Jedis that I wanted to learn more about, and Sisay Tin is one of them. And he doesn't, the first 2 or 3 times that we see him in the Clone Wars, he doesn't say anything at all, but eventually he gets involved with the series, as a matter of fact. And I feel like once he gets involved, he becomes like an iconic Jedi for the Clone Wars, and he's just another character that I feel like deserves more, and deserves a little bit better, and deserves more grace, because not every person that likes Star Wars has watched the Clone Wars, but based on the people that have watched the Clone Wars, they know a lot about the background Jedi, like Plo Koon, Kit Fisto, Aayla Secura, as a matter of fact. Like, all those guys are good Jedis, but but the main issue is none of them really get they do get talked about a lot from the Clone Wars fans, but in my main but the main reason is but the reason why I had to put a Jedi on this list is because in my personal opinion, Sis-Aten is the one that gets talked about the least, and I feel like if somebody wants to talk about a Jedi from the Clone Wars, they should talk about Sis-Aten more. As a matter of fact, at number three, I have Guido. As a matter of fact, so now, in case you guys don't know who Guido is, he is the one that Han Solo shoots first in the Mos Eisley Cantina. And Guido is another iconic bounty hunter, as a matter of fact. And I feel like he's we don't really know much about him because basically the only time that we really see him is in A New Hope, and we literally know nothing about him other than he comes across with Han Solo and he works with Jabba the Hutt, as a matter of fact. And then Han Solo shoots him and then he dies. So I feel like he's underutilized because he's another bounty hunter I like, but we don't know like his whole history or anything like that. And I kind of feel like they should have used him a little bit longer so we can know more about this character and embrace him, just like we do with every other Star Wars character, as a matter of fact. But at number two, the same thing can be said for my number two spot, which is Grand Moff Tarkin, as a matter of fact. So now, he's another one that I really think is underutilized, and I feel like he got killed off too early, as a matter of fact. He was on the Death Star in A New Hope when it blew up, so technically he gets confirmed dead like Guido does, but in my personal opinion, that wasn't a character that they should have killed off that early. In my personal opinion, they should have kept him alive for up until like The Empire Strikes Back, at least, because I really do think he's a good character. He's a good addition to the Empire, as a matter of fact. So yes, he is a character that I really do think is underutilized, and one that should have been that should have gotten more screen time and should have been carried in to The Empire Strikes Back, as a matter of fact. But coming in at number one for me, easily, it has to be Captain Antilles from A New Hope. So now, the reason why Captain Antilles is number one on this list is because he is the most underrated Star Wars character, and he is the most underutilized Star Wars character ever. Why wasn't this guy in The Empire Strikes Back or in A New Hope? So my main gripe with this character is that he doesn't get the amount of screen time that he needs and deserves. As a matter of fact, he does die in A New Hope, but the main issue is he never gets confirmed dead. And I get it. We see Darth Vader grabbing his neck and trying to interrogate him, and then he gets thrown against the wall. But the main issue is they never confirm that he's dead. And we never get to see a last shot of his eyes closed. So with that said, he never gets confirmed dead, and I feel like what they could have done is that they could have brought him back towards the end of A New Hope, and then he could have been in The Empire Strikes Back as well. Even though I think Guido and Grand Moff Tarkin are underutilized, because they make sense that they weren't in the next movie, because they get confirmed dead, as a matter of fact, but Captain Antilles never gets confirmed dead. And we never get to see a last shot. We never get to see a last shot of him closing his eyes, and basically, yeah, I thought he could have been a rebel character and a good guy for the Star Wars universe to carry into The Empire Strikes Back. And in my personal opinion, he is easily the most underrated Star Wars character, in my opinion. So that is it for this video, as a matter of fact, guys. Those are my top 10 most underrated Star Wars characters of all time, as a matter of fact. Let me know down in the comment section, who do you think is the most underrated Star Wars character, as a matter of fact, because I would love to hear your opinion as well, as a matter of fact, guys. But with that said, though, guys, that is going to do it for this episode. As a matter of fact, be sure you hit that red subscribe button, but most importantly, make sure you press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And those of you guys that are new to the channel, I do more than just movies and physical media related content. I also do LEGO related stuff, and I play video games. I do all sorts of stuff like that here on the channel. So if you guys like to watch anything like that on YouTube and want to show your love and support, be sure to go check out my channel, because there will definitely be something in there for you to enjoy. But with that said, though, guys, I'm going to bring you back to more videos, because more videos are on the way sooner rather than later, as a matter of fact, guys. But with that said, though, guys, take care, drink water, and stay safe, and I will see you all in the very next video. Bye!